Okay, so in this example, we have a recursion, and we're going to trace the recursion through, and then we'll backtrack to evaluate the final output. So we see that we're asked to evaluate mist of 5. So that's a function call, so we're going to say mist 5, this is a method call. We've acknowledged that it's a call to the method. And we go inside and we understand that that sets the n variable equal to 5. And we say, based on the conditional statement, if n is equal to 1, return 3. Since n is not equal to 1, we're going to return 3 times mist of n minus 1. So I have a return statement, 3 times mist, and n minus 1 is 4. This gives me a new function call. The function call this time is mist 4. In that function call, we understand that n is set equal to 4. We look at the conditional statements, and since it is not equal to 1, we're going to return 3 times mist of n minus 1 is 3. That gives us a new function call. I'm going to write down the function call. In that call to mist, n is set equal to 3. Since it is not equal to 1, it's going to return 3 times mist of n minus 1 is 2. That is a new method call to itself. We see that this is the recursion process. Mist is calling mist on each of these. And we keep advancing until we get to the base case. The base case gives me a definitive output. That means it's not giving me another method call. So mist of 2, n is equal to 2. Since it's not 1, we're going to return 3 times mist of n minus 1 is 1. Our final method call is mist 1, where n is equal to 1. And now we've finally reached the base case. This is going to give me a definitive output. It's going to return 3. Now, because we saw that the n values were progressing towards the base case, that's why we continued. If we saw that it was not going towards the base case, we would have said this ends with an infinite loop, and we wouldn't be able to give an output. But we saw that it was advancing towards the base case, that is why we continued. Now that I have mist of 1 is equal to 3, I have to backtrack. And I say, well, right here, mist of 1 was called, so that should return 3. That means that 3 times 3 is 9. That means that mist 2 returns 9. So we come up to mist 2, and since that returns 9, we have 3 times 9. That gives us 27. That means that mist 3 returns 27, and we substitute it in for mist 3. We have 3 times 27, which is 81. That means that mist 4 returns 81. And here we have 3 times 81, which is 243. That means that mist 5 returns 243. Initially, we tracked the method calls. And then we evaluated everything, and we did the backlog. So there's this back and forth. We have to first track all the method calls, and when we finally get to the base case, then we have to do this back substitution and keep putting values in until we get to the initial method call of mist 5 and the outcome.